Everyone, and welcome to another video about the Augur. This time we're going to be talking about maps. So when you start a new game, you are greeted by this quick start panel where you have several options that you will go through to start your first game. Okay, one among them is this create main map, where you would pick whether your first map is going to be a hex map, a starscape if you're playing sci-fi, or you could upload an image from your computer to use as your main map. But I want to show you how you can do that from scratch, so to say, without using the quick start. And do keep in mind that what I'm about to show you works with any map, not just the first map. So we're going to map settings, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a background image to our map. So we press this button, add background image. And here we have the images that we have uploaded to our game. I have these two, but I want to add a new one. So we are going to press add new, and I'm going to be uploading the Iron Sword map that I downloaded previously. Okay, so we press open and we wait a little bit while the map uploads, and now it shows right here on your assets. Okay, if you press on it, you will see that the background of the map is changed to the image that you just uploaded. Now, if you want it to fit the image, which would be ideal, all you have to do is press right here on resize canvas to fit image. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to go back into full screen. Okay, and I'm going to go back into map settings. Okay, the first thing you might want to do is change the size of the grid. Okay, so it's not depending on the image that you uploaded, it might be too large or too small. Okay, so let's go to grids. And let's say that I want the grid size to be something like 65 perhaps. Okay, I like this one. Now, before the other thing you could change is the size of the icons that will appear on the map, because right now if you add an icon, it's going to be 100 pixels. It's going to be larger than the grid. Okay, so let's say that we go down to something like 56 pixels. Okay. Right, so that means that if I create a settlement here, okay, right click, new location, and I go to settlements, and let's say we pick a village, and after I roll a couple times and I find one that I like, I accept this. It means that the icon for that settlement is going to be 56 pixels that we just made. Okay, and now something that I want to talk about is that in the Augur you can have maps within maps. This is something that gets asked a lot on the Discord and on the comments. And I think it's because the Augur does things differently than other BTTs. The idea here is that any location that you put on this map right here can be a map itself. Okay, so this settlement, if you look at this panel, you notice that it also has the open map button. And by the way, if you close this panel and all you have to do is press again on the icon and it will appear. So if we open the map, now we have a map for that settlement, Stonerise, and you can drag icons into it. For example, here I'm dragging the characters that were generated for this settlement. If you want to go back, all you have to do is press on this back to main map button right here, okay? And it will take you back to your main map. You can add more maps to it. Let's say you want to add a hex map to represent an area of this map. So again, we right click and we press on new location, and we have these options, and I'm going to use the hex map option, okay? And here you can generate a map, a hex map. You can change the size, you can do all kinds of things. I'm going to keep this brief since it's not a video about hex maps, okay? But know that you can change the biome. Let's say this one looks like kind of fits more with the Ironstone biome of the main map. And you can randomize it, and you can change all sorts of things, okay? So let's say we make this one, okay? We accept it. And here you could add like random settlements and things like that, but I'm going to leave it at 0. Okay, and we accept it again. Okay, and there we go. We have this new region right here. We can change the name if we want. Let's say, I don't know, river region, something like that. Okay. All right, because it's next to the river. That's what I made it. And do know that you can drag this around anywhere on the map. And if you don't want it to be draggable, you can press this here to lock it, so it won't be dragging anymore. So if you hover over it, you see this locked icon right here, and you can't drag it accidentally, okay? Again, if you press on the icon, you can open the map, and now you are playing on the hex map that represents that location, and you can do the same things you did with all the other maps, right? You can add another location, you can add a new settlement, and also you can drag characters here. You could drag your main character, you can drag foes here, for example, say new foe. You can add a foe to the map or a monster, and that's how it will work. In the case of hex maps, you can do right click and go to hex map tools, and you could change the tiles and things like that. You can do all sorts of things with hex maps. Okay, so that covers the maps within maps that I want to show in this video. But something else you should know is that you can make any map your new main map. So let's add another map here. Say new location, map from image. Okay, and here we have all the images that come with the Augur for maps. And if you press user library, you would see the images that you uploaded. Okay, let's go back to the Augur, and let's say we add a new any of these maps that represent a region. Let's say this one that comes with the Augur. Okay, we create the map, and I'm just gonna give it a random name. Okay, so we have this map right here. Okay, so we open it, and if you want this right now, the main map for your adventure, kind of like the overland map, is the one right here. Okay, if you would like this one to be your main map, you go to the map, and you see that you have this icon back to main map that I've been using. Okay, that if you want this to be the main map, you will go to settings, and you will press on make default main location. Okay, if you do this, notice that the back to main map disappeared. And if you open the game browser, you have this horizon map is still under the start map, the one that we had before, because, well, it is contained within the map right here, right? But the back to main map button will appear now because this is not the main map anymore, but this one is. What you can do is, if you want this to really be the main map, you can drag it here so it's no longer under start, and you could even drag these ones into this map and things like that, or you could drag the start map, which you could rename, of course, be beneath it. And now let's say that we drag this one here, and now this map exists within the horizon map that we created. Okay, and again we can open it, and you could remove this from the map. So now this one really is the main map, so to say. Okay, and this Ironlands part could represent, this Ironlands map could represent a part of this map, something like that. Okay, and you can create hex maps here. You can create all kinds of things. Inside this map, you can add settlements, and basically there's no limit to how many maps you can layer in the Augur. You can put maps within maps within maps. There's no limit, and you always have this game browser here to sort it all out. Okay, so this is a way you can see all the locations, all the characters, everything in your game in this browser panel right here, which I think makes it really easy to visualize your adventure. Well, that's it for this video. It got a bit dense towards the end, but this is a question that's been asked many times. How can you put maps inside maps, or how to create a new main map and things like that. Okay, so I wanted to really show you all the details about this, and this is even more exciting for sci-fi maps, where you have star sectors, we have planets, and you have the maps of the planets and so on. I'm going to do a separate video about that, and I will be uploading it shortly after this one. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and if you're curious about all this, it's called the Augur. It's a BTT for solo role players and also for game masters that I made. And well, if you're in, you can check it out at augurbtt.com. Thank you.